Assalamu alaikum. My name is Marwa Adawy, and I am the Senior Technical Lead of Yildiz, UK's first Islamic FinTech crowdfunding platform. This is my story, my journey, and why I think education and opportunity is important for everyone.
Marwa Adawy is a pioneer in the world of technology. A software and business developer, she is proof that women and tech can mix. Based in the heart of Canary Wharf in London, her story starts in Pakistan.
So I'm actually a mix. I was born and brought up in Pakistan, in Karachi, but my parents are actually Egyptian. My grandmother is Pakistani from my dad's side, but yeah, I had my preliminary education was all in Pakistan up until the age of 17, and then I moved to Egypt, at which point I went to university there and embarked on doing computer science degree.
Marwa's initial steps into the world of technology and programming came via her parents.
So education was a pivotal part of my upbringing. Both my father and mother are educated, very highly educated, and they wanted the best for us as well. And as females in the family, my father was quite happy for us to study abroad or wherever it was. My dad actually back then said to me, technology is the future. Why don't you go for computer science and you can study in Egypt? My mother, because obviously all of her family are in Egypt, so there's family to look after me there. I decided to take the plunge, and at 17 I made my way to Egypt to study. Midway through my education, so around when I was about 19, 20, I actually got married quite young, but at that time I only finished 2 years of my degree in Egypt. One of the main stipulations my dad made was for me to complete my education when I come to the UK. So when I met my husband, that was one of the main stipulations he made.
After university in the UK, Marwa started work as an application developer.
So when I graduated from university with BSc Honours in Computing Software Engineering, I approached the company that had sponsored my Best Project Award at university. They didn't have a role at the time for me, but I showed them how enthusiastic I was to embark on a journey in technology. And then they gave me that fantastic opportunity as a junior application developer. They coached me, they taught me new programming languages that to support their product range. That meant actually coding in the middle of, in a room full of men.
Marwa took a break from being a programmer after having her second child and set up her own online business.
Asian Designers was a multi-brand online e-commerce site, which was the first of its kind. This is about 8 years ago now. There was no multi-brand designer stores from authentic Pakistani designers that you could just purchase the products and they're literally with you the next day. So it was actually a quick service, good quality designers that you couldn't really readily find in the UK. It was quite a hard decision for me to take a career break, but it was actually a blessing in other ways. I upskilled myself. Not only did I put my technical expertise to use, but I also established how to create the supply chain, for instance, and how to identify a gap in the market and how to build on my business acumen.
After 3 years, the opportunity to join Yildiz was too much for Marwa to turn down, and Asian Designers was replaced by startup FinTech business.
So FinTech is actually a buzzword that most people have heard in the last few years. It simply means finance and technology, but to put together, i.e. anything financial that you do on your phone is underpinned by technology, and that's where FinTech was born. Yildiz is UK's first Islamic FinTech company, fully FCA regulated and Sharia certified. We offer real estate investments from as little as £100. You earn an income from an already rented property, which you get a piece of the rent each month based on your investment. So at Yildiz, I started off as the single person in technology who was liaising with third-party developers, I'd like to say, but very quickly the team scaled up and we've got our own in-house technology team. So and I moved up from becoming the single person in technology to then leading a team. I'm also the middle woman who sits between business, ops and technology, ensuring the smooth running of the business on a day-to-day basis. I'm also involved in the strategy in terms of how we can provide better financial products underpinned by technology. I ensure our tech stack is up to date, and I'm also the single person who is the first point of contact when it comes to any technological issues that our clients may have.
Marwa's work, in a field that hasn't traditionally seen many Muslim women in it, has seen her featured in the Women in FinTech Powerlist, as well as numerous others, such as the Top 100 Tech Women.
The technology sector is shouting for more women to be involved. Technology does not necessarily mean just coding. If that's not what you enjoy, you can go down the route of creative design. You can be a graphic designer, you can be a video designer. The point is we all need to tap into the technology market, and that means women and girls need to be educated quite early on that it's like any other skill that you acquire. It does not require you to be programmed in a certain way. The logical thinking comes naturally when you're at university, something that you're taught. How I'm advocating this is by just speaking out and answering any questions that people may have, offering mentorship. I've also been recently involved in the Teach Computing initiative for young girls at schools, at grammar schools, and my door is always open for anyone who would like to just have a bit more insight into what it's like being in the technology sector. I've also achieved some fantastic accolades over the years, being part of the Women in FinTech Powerlist, but I do not want to be the only one. I want more of us in this industry, and it should never phase you out. Be a leader, do not be a follower.